you're watching The Catalyst, music and weird news, and I'm your host, Kat. First up, this story makes me very angry and I can't understand the mindset of people who would do this. But during South by Southwest, Alberta Cross had their SUV broken into and 2 of their guitars were stolen. Not just any 2 of their guitars, they're 2 most valuable vintage guitars that mean the world to them. And the thief clearly knew what he was doing because there were other guitars in there that weren't valuable and they were left behind. The 2 guitars that have been stolen are a 1962 Gibson guitar and a 1971 Guild guitar. Please, if you haven't read my blog post about this yet, please read it and spread the word. We need these guitars to show up, at least we need to try to get the word out there so there's a chance that they could be handed in. Portugal the Man unfortunately had their entire van stolen with all of their equipment in it, and they posted a list of their equipment which then went viral, and actually they managed to retrieve a lot of their things. So please check my blog post out and share it to all of your friends, and hopefully it will fall into the right hands and we can get their guitars back for them. On a more positive note for Alberta Cross, their final show at Pianos last week was such a success. The crowd was thrilled, they did such a good job, and it's really, really exciting. Just the next year ahead for them when the album finally comes out in June. And from what I've heard from South by Southwest, they killed it and floored absolutely everybody. So despite the tragic loss of their guitars, they are clearly onto really, really great and positive things. There isn't much music news this week because everybody is at South by Southwest. I feel like next week I'll have a ton to talk to you about and blog about. But if I had been at South by Southwest, and I'm hoping that I get to go next year, I would have been at Alberta Cross's shows, Delta Spirit, Diamond Rugs, I'm dying to see them, Jack White would have been interesting, and Girls, amongst the thousands and thousands of other shows, which I'm sure I would have achieved more than that list, but that would have been my top go-to bands. Finally, some weird news for you. An Austrian man who was looking for his lost cat in a field has discovered what he believes to be a buried UFO. He discovered a hole in the ground, so he shone a light down there and he could kind of see what seemed to be a metallic object, big object. So he stuck a magnet down there which confirmed that it was metallic, and then him and the local plumber tried to stick a camera down there on a string, but the camera I think broke off or something and they didn't get any footage. Anyway, they reported it, and so far over 500 people have come by to check it out, and I believe there is an excavation plan, so hopefully soon we will find out what's down there, and as you can imagine, I'm hoping it is a UFO. Alright, thank you for watching, stay tuned, and let's see what stories come back from South by Southwest this time next week. Goodbye!